second since I was able to set everything up. Hello! Hi, Kamiyar. Hello, everybody. Hi! How is it? My BGM is too low, but my voice is low too. I'm still a laptop gamer. It's a little too loud. Okay. I'm still a laptop gamer for the foreseeable future, so we're just gonna have to work out things still in the meantime. But I appreciate your guys' patience lately with everything when I have been around. I know I haven't really been around. Why is my hair blue? What the heck? My hair is blue. Why is it doing that? Anyway. What was I? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes! The idle dream commands Leah! Yes, I know. I've been up and down and all around lately. I just came back from Anime NYC, and then gosh, when 2 days? On Thursday evening, I leave for Texas for San Japan, where we will be performing a 3D concert. Yippee! Up and down and all around. I know, and then I'm leaving for England the week after that. It's been a crazy time period for Leah, so I appreciate your guys' patience with my very sparse streams. There's so much going on lately, and I'm well, anyway, not important. Today, I know I wanted to do a deep dive specifically on I did not watch the Hololive concert. Unfortunately, I was a bit too busy during the weekend to go. Also, tickets sold out like instantly. I was a bit sad, but I did hear. I know that the concert was really good for them. Belle, thank you for the gifted subs. Yeah, I know. I didn't get to go. I also did not get to go to the Eitaku Maid Cafe. What the hell was Leah doing? I got there and I kind of menhared out a little bit and didn't really go out much. What? I know. I didn't go to the Eitaku Maid Cafe. Who am I? Yeah, the Eitaku Maid Cafe. It was I think it's like the first overseas event for 100 Line, technically. I heard it was a really cool success. So, jealous of everyone that did go. But yeah, I kind of menhared out the entire time that I was there. Yeah, it's okay though. I think it's just like I've had so much going on lately with like practice for the concerts and then like recording stuff and you know, going and traveling and doing this, and I still have, oh my god, and this thing is falling off of my wall. What the hell? Ah! Why are you falling? Okay, we're good. We're gonna have another evil incident of something crashing, but I prevented it. Yeah, there was a live yaoi cafe. There was. I know. I had FOMO while I was still there. How is that even possible? But you know, it kind of is what it is. Yeah. So I apologize for not really being around for a long time. It's kind of making me go crazy, but there's really not much I can do about it right now. So yeah, I'm figuring things out one step at a time. But today I probably will make this a little bit of a shorter stream, just because I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I still really wanted to like come and talk to you guys and talk about curse stuff for a little bit. To be honest, I wanted this to be a Princess Molestia deep dive, but I don't feel like I'm educated enough on the topic to be able to make an entire stream out of Princess Molestia. But it did remind me of this one thing that I came across. Nai, thank you for the $20 double dollars. A horrifying story I once heard. A mother checking on her bratty daughter to make sure she was asleep. Oh my god, standing. Stop it! Stop it! No, that's my life story, bruh. That's my life story. Molestia mention. Princess Molestia, yeah. It reminded me of this. Okay, so I don't remember the name of this person on Tumblr, but I'm if I'm not educated enough to talk of Princess Molestia, then I'm smart enough, educated enough to talk about this. Okay, so in the same vein of Princess Molestia, Ark, thank you for the gifted subs. Back on the days of Tumblr, okay, you guys know that back when I was a bit younger, I really liked Diabolic Lovers, okay? If you don't know Diabolic Lovers, let me get some photo evidence for you guys, okay? Lovers is pretty... Oh, I typed in Face Connect, hello? Diabolic Lovers. It's pretty infamous because a lot of people, I think, look at it and they're like, oh, I have an opinion one way, but I will herb actually and die on this hill that it's pretty goated with the sauce. It's, well, I don't want to say that, but hold on. Okay, this is Diabolic Lovers. This, it's an anime, I guess, but not Dia Lovers mention. If you have to know anything about Leah, it is that I was and still am. There hasn't really been new content to not be a die-hard, long-time Diabolic Lovers fan. I would spend my days on the internet actuallying people over this game. Okay, it's an otome game. Otome game is a dating sim for girls. Okay. It is a dating sim for girls, and in this case, it is a... This game was made back at the time that the trend of otome games, right? So like for dating sims, you know, trends come and they go, you know, girls really like this type of thing, and you know, girls like this type of thing. The trend back at this time when Diabolic Lovers came out was do-s and do-m situation type. So you had games like Clap that were out, situation CDs like God, I can't think of it. Love Dawn type of thing, Black Wolves Saga, and then Diabolic Lovers. And if you don't know do-s, do-m, basically it is sadist masochist situation, drama CDs, games, in which the protagonist is masochistic and the boys are sadistic in different types of ways. This was very, very, very popular. And so, of course, Diabolic Lovers came out. Twilight was pretty popular. So, vampires, sadists, it kind of worked out kinky. Well, okay. A game where you get bullied by cute anime boys. They did not bully you. I feel like saying bullying is like watering down what happens. This game is... This game is... Where do I start with this? I was not a Twilight girl. I actually didn't watch Twilight until like 3 years ago. Yeah, I didn't watch Twilight for the first time until like 3 years ago. So, this game, the premises is that this girl, her name is Yui, the protagonist, Yui Komori. She is being sent by her very Catholic father to go live in this house full of guys she doesn't know. And then, would you believe it, these guys are all around her age, and they're all vampires. What the fuck? My very Catholic life did not tell me about that. I remember Kaneko was my fave. You're fucked up, man. The thing is, this deep dive conversation we're having goes back to Kaneko specifically, so keep that in mind, okay? Let me get a picture of the characters, because I have to break this down for you, like you have to understand the full picture of the game in order to understand what I'm going to explain to you. Okay, so like, where's a picture of all my oomphs? All my oomphs. Where are you guys? There you are. Oh my god, hi. It's been so long. Hi. They have like a new new music that's coming out in a couple weeks. It's kind of good. I still follow the series very closely. Okay, these are my oomphs. These are my oomphs. These are the Sakamaki brothers. They're all related. They're all related to each other, okay? Okay, so they're all related to each other, but the thing is, okay, there's like I wish I could draw this out. Hold on. Where is MS Paint? Do I have MS Paint on my laptop? MS Paint. I definitely have Paint. Okay, I have to break this down to you. Mom got busy. No, she did not actually. Actually, their mother did not get busy. So, okay, where's Paint? Paint here. Okay. Paint, put it up here. Okay. Hi, this is. Why does this window look like that? Wait, if I draw in white, can you see it? No? What's happening? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna bring these guys down here. And then, oh shit. And then this is, I'm gonna make this small like this so you can just see this. I did not draw a penis. I did not. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait, Okay. No, stop doing that. Window. Make this bigger. Okay. So, then we have our oomphs. Where are the oomphs? The oomphs are here. Okay, so all these guys are related to each other, but their mom did not get busy, okay? But they're not like, it's a lot to break down. So, let me attempt. These guys, I got it. You don't need to show me that. How do I, what the fuck? Okay. Cool. So these guys are all vampires, right? They're vampires. And basically, they're trying to the girl you play as has like special blood. And if she can become romantically inclined with one of them, these guys, then they will be able to become the vampire king, because their dad is currently the king of the vampires, and his name is Karl Heinz, and he's voiced by the dog Ren from Dramatical Murder, and it's really funny. So this is their dad, and he's like evil. Well, he's not evil, but well, he's evil in the anyways, so this is their dad. Then their dad had 2 wives, okay? Cordelia is wife 2, and Beatrix is wife 1. Okay? He has 2 wives. This wife, Beatrix, she died somehow. So then he got a new wife. Okay? But his wife was having an affair with his brother, and his name is Richter, and he's kind of an asshole, but I have something else to say about that, but that's like not important. So Cordelia is having an affair with Richter, but she's like Karl Heinz's new bitch because his first wife died. His first wife had 2 children. The oldest child is Shu. Okay, Shu is this one right here that my cursor is above, the blonde one. This right here. This is Shu. You can see him. That's a horribly drawn arrow. Not important. That's Shu. And then her second child is Reiji. And this is Reiji right here. The purple guy. Well, not the glasses guy. The glasses guy. Take a guess which one's my favorite. Not important. Okay. So, she has 2 children, right? She died because Reiji killed her. Okay? Reiji killed his mom, and because of that, Karl-Heinz had to find a new wife, who is Cordelia, and then Cordelia had an affair with Richter. Cordelia had 3 kids, and they're triplets, okay? They're all identical triplets. You have Ayato, who's like the poster guy, and he's the one with the red hair. You have Laito, who's the one with the fedora, and then you have Kanato, who's the purple-haired one. Okay, they're all triplets. They're all triplets. Yes. Did he have a justification to kill his mom? No. No. He killed a bunch of people, and his mom was one of them. That's really not important, okay? They don't look identical. Exactly. Exactly. Because one of them is an illegitimate kid because she was banging this guy, Richter, and they weren't supposed to know. So anyways, Ayato, Kanato, Laito. Then, the entire time that this is happening, Richter was having an affair. What? With this lady whose name I forgot. But this lady who's... Lady 3. She gave birth to Subaru, who is the white-haired one. Okay, so now there's 6 kids. Yes, this is a chemistry lecture. No, I have to explain everything. I have to break this down to you so you can understand, right? So, the events of the game, these 6 guys are trying to get the protagonist to fall in love with them so that way they can use her to become the new vampire king. However, they're like really fucked up. Right? They're just like horrible scum of the earth, super fucked up guys. And so they do a lot of not great things in order to Stockholm Syndrome this girl into liking them. It's a Stockholm Syndrome simulator. They might drown her. They might stab her with forks. They might punch her. They might touch her. They might drug her. They might, one of the characters has a BDSM dungeon where he beats her. Yeah, this game was so popular. This game was really popular. And you like it? Oh, I love this game. Hold on, let me... Where's Oomph-kun? From like... what's this game called? The first one. Yeah. Okay, this image will become important in a second, especially to what the deep dive is about. Is this a bit biased? Yes. This image is really important to what I'm explaining. Believe it or not. It's very central because what happens in the game at some point later is that why are the kids Japanese? I don't... Oh, they're faking. They're not actually Japanese. They're like German, but they're like faking being Japanese. I don't remember why. Because it's a game set in Japan. Of course they are. But they're German. I think their last name is like Heinz or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so 50 Shades of Grey. Yes, this is 50 Shades of Grey, guy. Anyways, so this is the best dating advice. That's not Leah's dating advice. Okay, so what happens in the game is you have Yui, right? Yui, this is the girl you play as. And then Cordelia, Karl-Heinz's bitch whore wife that cheated on him. What happened was because she was a bitch whore wife that abused her kids, her 3 kids, Ayato, Laito, Kanato, I'll call them Auk for short, they murdered their mom in like a very violent conspiracy theory way where they pushed her out of a window and then burned her alive. And a fun fact about the game is that teddy bear that Kanato like keeps around him is actually stuck with his mother's ashes. So what happens is because Cordelia doesn't actually die, she is like able to take over Yui's body at some point, right? And she's possessing Yui, and only an act of true love can dispel the whore bitch wife from her body. And so, as an act of love, the boys will like, you know, I love you, I'll never abuse you again. So Reiji specifically has like a huge thing to do with that. And it's like basically what his route is about, right? This CG is him being beaten by Cordelia, who is possessing Yui's body. So he's like handcuffed and being beaten, and it's kind of great because like he sucks up until this point in the game. Like he's just the worst. So you're like, yeah, beat his ass, but then it's like kind of sad. So anyways, this is all relevant because there was a Tumblr user. In the same vein as Princess Molestia. This is crazy to explain. I don't remember her name. I don't. You would think I would remember her name because of... I'll explain everything in a second. So there was this role player on Tumblr who role played as Cordelia. She was a role player of Cordelia that shipped herself in like a Yume ship way with Reiji. Okay? Now there's a lot to be said about this. There's a lot to be said about this. But the thing is, she would go and find people that were like Reiji kinnies, because that's like a thing that was on Tumblr, right? You kinned people. So she would find Reiji kinnies, right? And, you know, like, the people on Tumblr at this time are... She stalked essentially what I'm getting at, yes. She stalked Reiji kinnies that were underage, right? So these Reiji kinnies are like maybe 16 years old. And she would not Yui Reiji, but Cordelia. She was a Cordelia Reiji shipper. Yes. Let me see if I can like find a picture of Cordelia. She's actually very hot. Just every time I see her, it like makes me go insane because this role player is like the only one I can think of every time I see her. She kind of a baddie though. I cannot lie. She kind of a baddie. I look at her now and I'm like, as a grown lesbian, and I'm like, yeah. Oh shit, where did it go? Hold on. Oh, there it is. She kind of bad though. I cannot lie. I would cheat on my husband for her, you know? I would cheat on my husband for her. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, I get it now. She's kind of old. She's like 30, but you know, a hag that looks like that. Yeah, as you should. I would. Why is she Urple? Dude, why is she fucking Urple? I don't know why she Urple. I don't remember why. Azusa from Grand Blue had a vampire hag at the top. Okay, but okay, actually, wait, Grand Blue. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Azusa Die Lovers, because there's like a whole other thing with this game. There's like a whole other thing. So there's like another game entirely. There's like a sequel game, right? Called More Blood. And basically how that game happens is Karl Heinz is like, dude, my dumbass sons can't do anything right. I'm gonna find orphans and I'm gonna make those orphans my children. And they're gonna be like my idiot sons, but better. And so these 4 orphans, these 4 orphan brothers. A fun fact, Ruki, the gray-haired one, is voiced by Eito! Crazy. Crazy how that works. Eito Aotsuki is in Diabolic Lovers. Gaku! No, Eito! You cannot be serious. OMG, Eito, hi. Hi. When I found out he was voiced by Takahiro Sakurai, I was losing my mind because the only role I associate him with is Ruki. It was the one that had like the biggest impact on me. I'm like, okay. So did the original siblings stay? Yeah. Yeah, the original siblings are there basically to be like, the orphans do not matter. Come fuck me crazy style, Yui. Ignore the orphan boys. I'm so much cooler. And she's like, I don't know. Do I wanna hang out with the orphan boys, or do I wanna, like, you know, not hang out with the orphan boys? I have to decide. And the thing is, the orphan boys are kind of a lot nicer to her, so it's a bit difficult of a situation, right? Because the orphan boys are like so much nicer to her. I mean, not really, but the bar is like in hell at this point. My favorite of the Mukami brothers. Oh my god, this picture is so cute. I used to have this as a poster on my wall. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. This Yuma, he was my favorite. He was my favorite. There's like some crazy stuff though, because these weren't like all random orphans their dad took off the streets. These were like orphans with plot relevance. Yuma, this guy used to be a human, and when he was a human, he was best friends with Shu, who is Reiji's older brother. Right? And they were like best friends, and they were always hanging out together. Reiji was jealous that Shu was like able to like have human friends, and like his mom liked Shu better. So Reiji went, and he didn't just kill Yuma, right? He lit the entire village that Yuma was from on fire, and then found Yuma, and then kill him. And then kill him. Where were you when Yuma was killed? Yes. So how does Shu feel about Yuma now? I gotta be honest with you. Back in my like middle school days, I would not admit this on the internet, but I was kind of Fujoshiing the fuck out over Shu and Yuma back in the day, and I would just never mention it because they're brothers. You can't ship brothers. It doesn't even matter that they're like half brothers. You can't ship half brothers. It's 2025. They were gonna make out crazy style, okay? I Fujo the fuck out for them. Yeah, I was too young to be a Fujo. I started shipping people in Italia, like, very young. Yeah. Least surprising thing you'll say today. Oh, but wait. There is more. There is more, chats. You thought that it ended there? What if I told you there's a third game with more brothers? And this one is not called More Blood. The fourth game with more brothers is called More Blood. There is... Oh my god, what was this game called? Dark Fate. Dark Fate. Unfortunately, this is my favorite game in the series. Very unfortunate it has to be this way, but yeah, it is my favorite game in the series. I just think it's good. It's kind of shit, but like it's also good. Like nothing about the series is good, man. And these are the two brothers from Dark Fate. One of them is a vampire, and the other one is a werewolf. And there's like this like Twilight-esque like rivalry between the werewolves and the vampires, and so like it comes out that like the other brother is a werewolf the whole time, and he's like evil. Yeah. Does she have a harem at the end? Yeah. Does she stay with the abuse as an abuse puppy, or does she get a route where she goes full girl boss and declares herself a top? It kind of depends on like the character, I think, because like in Dark Fate, her and Reiji were like really tight. Like he's like really nice to her. And he's like, yeah, I love you so much, my beautiful wife. And she's like, you're my idiot bitch husband, and I hate you. And he's like, okay, anything for you, my bitch wife. It's like, if I remember correctly, Reichi has like an ending where like Yui dies and he like goes insane because he misses her so much that he like talks to himself and stuff now. That's kind of that's the reason why this game is my favorite, is because seeing him domesticated and then mind broken was like kind of awesome. I can't blame him. I would do the same thing. But if my bitch wife died, I would do the same thing. But yeah. Anyways, there's another game with more brothers, if you would believe it. I actually don't remember the name of this game. I remember Chaos Lineage, but I don't remember this one. But I do remember they got really cool school uniforms for this game. And I liked the school uniforms that they gave everyone for this game because they were different. I don't remember why they were different. And then there was another game. This is the other brother. So how many brothers are we at now? 12, I think, right? There's 12. There's a 6 Sakumakis, the 4 Mukamis, Carla Shin, Kino, 13. 13 Genghis Khan as family. Oh my god, it's 13. It's 13. 14. Kino, this is chapter 14 of Dark Fate! Or not Dark Fate. What the fuck is the game called that Kino is from? I can't remember. Yeah, he's an illegitimate son made from like the blood. He's like a blood vessel given sentience or something like that. Lost Eden. Lost Eden. That's the name of this game. Lost Eden. Yeah, and then they had a game where they made like shuffle units of the family because you have so many fucking characters in this game. Why the fuck would you just not make shuffle units? I guess shuffle families. So if you ever wanted to see like them be like actual blood brothers, then like, you know, I guess that's a thing. All I remember about Kino is that he's voiced by I believe, and he really likes candy. He really likes candy. They already use orphans and regular sons. They need to find something new. Bro, these games are so shit. These games are so awful. I love them though. The problem is like, it was such a formative experience for me. I can't help but like look back a little fondly at these games and be like, yeah, they're dog shit. But they're my dog shit, you know? Like, I look at them and I'm like, there's nothing good about these games. But I'm so fond of them that like, I don't know, I can't help it. My taskbar is not showing up on my computer. Hello? Everyone has a series like that. I just happen to have many series like that, you know? Cause like, oh my gosh, where is my freaking taskbar? This is crazy. It's a bit of nostalgia. I'm trying to think what else. Well, okay, there was another game. I mentioned this earlier. This is actually my first Otome game I ever played. It's called Black Wolf Saga. Made by the same company. Came out like a couple years before Die Lovers came out. And Black Wolf Saga is like Die Lovers if it was crazy. So you think Die Lovers is like the extent of like abuse that you would see in games, but nay, chat, nay, I raise my finger and wag it. Nay, there was always something worse to be had, and the fact that the yandere type character was your blood brother in the game kind of made it crazy. What do you mean if it was crazy? The only thing I remember about the game, this is my first ever Otome game, and I was so scared after playing this. Like I was so uncomfortable and scared. I like didn't like ever play it again. I remember the twins in the game. They're like the main characters, the twins. There is a scene where like you talk to someone in the game and like they don't like it that they're possessive, rawr, because they're wolves, and they don't like the fact that you talk to someone. So they like pour boiling water over you because they're upset you talked to someone else. And there was like the whole thing. I believe like the rabbit character, they cut off his ear for some reason. I don't remember. That game's crazy. that game's crazy. Yeah, and then the yandere character is your blood brother. I don't really remember his name. And then I don't think they gave you, or like Reject came out with another like crazy game like this until Dandebi. And Dance of Devils is like it's like the good old days of Diabolic Lovers, but as a musical. I guess. I don't remember. That game was good though. That game is good. Very good game. Yeah. A lot about Leah makes sense. That's a lot of brothers. Yeah. 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 To this day, I still have every single drama CD of Reiji's and every single like physical CD that they've ever released for Dialovers for Reiji. Like in one of my boxes, I have every single drama CD, every single pre-order bonus CD that he was involved in, every single song CD, the CD physicals of the games. I have a couple of the anthologies. Yeah, I love Reiji. The first ever time I went to Japan, the first cafe I ever went to when I went to Japan for the first time was Dialovers. Yeah, it was a Dialovers cafe for what was it called? The Q series? The Q series, it was like the Twilight Zone themed voice pack. That was really fun. It was like each guy is like a different floor of this like Twilight Zone-esque department store, and there's like you have to piece together the mystery of like the Twilight Zone thing happening there. It was pretty good. I liked it. Yeah, that's dedication. Yeah! I got Reiji's food, and I remember there was this girl. This is the first time I ever saw Oshikatsu, actually. There was this girl, and she was there alone, and she had a Reiji doll. They like brought out this little high chair for her to sit her Reiji doll in, and so it was like eating alone across from her Reiji doll with like the coasters, and she got like his carbonara and his like signature drink. Oh my god, that was so cute. I was like, I want that to be me one day. Like, are you kidding me? And so yeah, I was like, okay, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that one day. And now I have done that many times. OG Goat Gotchi. I know, it's so cute. The first time I saw it. I know, and then I became like that. I actually have the same Reiji plush that she took with her. Yeah, I have like, they had like an engagement ring series. I have that ring. I have both rings, but that one specifically. And they had marriage certificates that came out. And so I have the marriage certificates. And they came with this really cute like clear file. And I have the clear file that they put the marriage certificates in that came with the engagement ring. And then I don't know what else. I'd have to look at my collection. It's been so long. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was my very first like Die Hard series. That like first series that I was ever like exclusively Die Hard about. Yeah. Yeah. It was really good. Yeah. Stuff like that would be so expensive. I think it's like cheaper because people don't really like play the game anymore. I went to the Reject store that they have like pretty recently actually, and like the store is dead. Like no one goes there anymore, and it's really sad to see. But yeah, I don't know, maybe they fell off. Maybe nobody wants to get abused by anime vampires anymore. What do girls these days even like, man? Gay sex? You could say it was diabolic. Damn. So true, actually. Yeah. That was the only horror story I really had for you. I just wanted to have an excuse to tell you guys about. I don't remember her name. Oh yeah, the Disney villains! Oh my god, how could I say that as if I don't have an entire shelf of Idiot Shroud merchandise? But the thing is, like, the Twisted Wonderland boys, like, how do I explain this? Twisted Wonderland is not an otome game. And I think people have like this idea that it is. So there's like two types of games for girls, right? There's like the otome games, right? Otome games that are like actual dating simulators. And it isn't. No, it isn't. It's called Josei Nuke game. So like OnStars is a Josei game. Twisted Wonderland is a Josei game. I remember like Donkita was a Josei game. I Choose a Josei game. You'll see it a lot with like idol games specifically. But yeah, Twisted Wonderland is a Josei game as well. They're like games that obviously like the target audience is girls, but they're not dating simulators. It's kind of like a you just kind of watch the game happen and like yeah, like aimed at women for women, but it's not otome games. I don't know how to like explain like the difference between them unless like you've played both like otome game and josei game, because like going from like Dialovers to OnStars, I was like, oh yeah, the OnStars boys like aren't flirting with you. Like it's not like a dating sim. You're like hanging out with them. You're like oomph with them. Right? That's a difference. It's like otome games will be romantic, and josei games you're just like oomphs with the guys. But like the entire like, even though the gameplay is based around you being oomphs with them, like the outside media and I guess like the merchandising and stuff is aimed at like, you know, girls like feeling like, you know, all Yume shipping, you know, Yume Joshi about it. Oh yeah, you know, I play the game and Idia and I are oomphs, but then I get off of the game and I'm like, yeah, Idia, oh my god! You know? Yeah. Otome game's distant cousin. Like a friend zone. Yeah, like a friend zone version, actually. That's a great way of explaining it. Josei games are you getting friend zoned, and otome games, yeah. Yeah, primarily one way or the other. Yeah, Yume shipping! Yume Joshi is like, it's like, what does it translate to? Like dreaming girl? Like a dreaming feeling? Basically, the game is, you know, a josei game. You have a lot of like Yume Joshi, Yume shipper. It's like self-insert, right? Even though the game itself, you're like oomphs with them. It's like self-insert in the sense of like, oh man, like me an idiot. Like, he likes me, you know? And so, but I think like Yume shipping these days is like very different, because like when I was like younger, you know, on like Tumblr and stuff, like Yume shipping was kind of like really frowned upon, right? Even like JP Sphere, it was really frowned upon because like it was like illegitimate to like the source media or whatever. And then yeah, so the culture shift that's happened is instead of kinning, these days now people Yume ship. So instead of kinning Scaramouche, I Yume ship with Scaramouche. I don't know why that happened, and I'm not educated enough to explain how or why that's a thing, but yeah, so instead of like kinning Scaramouche from Genshin Impact, I Yume ship with them. But it's like kind of the same thing. It's like kind of the same thing. The meta change. I know the meta is different for Yume shipping now. It's so strange. I don't get it. This is some real culture. I know. It seems more normal, except the problem that's always happened with Yume shipping, and I think a reason why it's always been a little more like right? Just be a Fujoshi, man. Just be a normal Fujoshi, or like keep it to yourself. Is because it kind of opens up an alley for people to get really possessive over characters, right? So Yume shipping communities, what you would see like back in the day was like, you know, you put like Yume Reiji. I think like the emoji for it was like a flower, right? A flower. So flower, and then like the symbol of the boy you like. So like I believe Reiji's was like a silverware, like a fork and knife. So flower, fork and knife. So you know like, okay, this person is a Yume ship with Reiji. The problem is, yeah, people, not just girls, but people would get really possessive over their characters, and they wouldn't want, like, they would want to interact with people that like the same media as them, but you can't like Reiji also. So you would put in your like your bio sharing okay, sharing X, non-sharing only, which means like I don't want to interact with you if you like the same character as me. If you kin the same character as me, you should die. If you Yume the same character as me, you should die. That's kind of how it was. It's just like kinning. Yeah. How dare you like the same character as me? The people that are like non-sharing Yume Joshis with Iria from Twisted Wonderland as if he isn't like the most popular character in the entire game. Like, girl, get a grip. I don't know. You non-sharing Yume shipper with Scaramouche from Genshin Impact as if he isn't like one of the most popular characters in media, in like recent media history. Girl, get a grip. I don't know. It's always like mind-boggling to me when people are like they'll attack other people, right? Like the whole Google Docky and everything over like, oh my god, this person likes the same character as me, and look, I said DNI in my bio, but they liked one of my tweets 2 weeks ago and didn't know that I was the OP, but they should have blocked me. So I'm writing a Google Docky about it because I said DNI if you also self-ship with Iria. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're a Yume shipper, like you shouldn't be like a non-sharing freak, but also like if you like the most popular character in said media, I think maybe you should reevaluate who you're gonna get territorial over. Me, when I'm a Yume, I'm a territorial wool shipper with Graha Tia, and when other people ship their wool with Graha Tia, it pisses me off. Said Graha Tia Lee as if he wasn't the most popular character in the game. Graha Tia Lee, like you know. Yeah, I can't interact. That would be the same thing as having like an Oshi, like a VTuber Oshi. My Kami Oshi is Narissa from Hololive, and I don't want to interact with other people that also Oshi Narissa from Hololive because I am a territorial gotchi for her, right? So if you also Oshi Narissa from Hololive, I think you should get out of my face. So yeah, like how ridiculous does that sound? Would you not want to like talk with other people that also like your Oshi? You know? Like personally, I would be like, hell yeah, I want to talk with more people that like Narissa. Are you kidding me? If I speak, I go to shut up. I think the gachikoi thing makes it a little challenging though, right? Because gachikoi in itself is kind of like non-sharing, I think, but like also to like a actually type of degree, right? DNI is do not interact. Yeah. Get away from Adachi Toru. That's my kitten. I don't know. I find the idea of fantasizing about marrying a fictional character cringe. I mean, personally, for myself, I'm not a Yume shipper. I'm not a Yume Joshi, right? I like the characters. And I think it's funny to be like, OMG, I want to kiss Eito. But like, that's... I'm not gonna like... You know, I'm like, haha. But not like actual seriousness. I think the only thing about like it, or like with it, is like... I guess if it's like something like... how do I say it? I think like from like a role play-y perspective, it's okay. And I think maybe this is just like the inherent way that I go about interacting with media. But like I'm someone that likes like the world building and lore of a game or like a series, right? And so I always think it's fun to like approach it in like a D&D style way where you're like, you know, I'm gonna make my own character, and I'm, you know, like, oh, Twisted Wonderland, you have you, right? Okay, but like in my ideal mind, what would you look like? Or, you know, for Final Fantasy, what does my Warrior of Light look like? And I think that's fun, you know? The character that you're supposed to insert yourself as, like, making them like an actual ideal in your mind. Yeah. Would you share Eito if another girl helps you torture him? Oh yeah. I have a whole group of oomps that just goes around torturing Eito. Hashtag torture Eito Tuesday. Actually, it's Tuesday, so it's torture Takumi Tuesday. I think we torture Eito on Thursdays. Yeah. Making them their own unique thing. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, Final Fantasy 14, I think, is like a perfect example of this. Rita! Hello! Hello, everybody! Hi, Rita. I haven't talked to you in so long. I hope you've been good. Thank you for the raid. I'm talking about, like, horror stories, analog. Not quite. I'm talking about, Final Fantasy currently. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I think Final Fantasy, right? Like, you're supposed to kind of have, like, your own Warrior of Light that you, like, you know, have your own lore for and stuff. And so at least, like, my approach of Final Fantasy, I've taken, like, a very, like, Dungeons and Dragons inspired, like, I don't know, approach to it. Does that make sense? Right? Like, How do I explain this? If, like, especially if you guys don't play 14. Bye, Rita! Thank you for coming! Mwah, 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 mwah. Now I'm thinking about it. I think 14 is a game that expects you to kind of have, like, your own guy, right? And so story beats in the MSQ hit hard because you are, like, your own guy, right? You're not supposed to be like a faceless, like, NPC type of guy, you know? You're supposed to be like a guy that has, like, a story and stuff. And so, you know, horror stories can be about ERP in 14. Can I talk about Mare now that it's dead? I have never experienced it myself. This is a horror story. I never experienced what it was like myself, but I would always see stuff on Twitter about mods and stuff. Okay? The most I ever saw regarding it was, it's nothing wrong getting immersed in a game. Yeah, I know, cause, like, I don't know, I don't roleplay in Final Fantasy, but, like, I have, like, my own personal, like, D&D-esque sheet that I keep. Does that make sense? Like, I have, like, a fully fleshed out story for my Warrior of Light, and there's, like, a relationship chart in it, and, you know, like, I have, like, classes I see my Warrior of Light in, and I commission art of my Warrior of Light. My Warrior of Light has, like, a backstory, but I don't roleplay as, like, in the game. But, like, I have, like, a little D&D type sheet, you know, that I keep, because I like the immersion of it. Show the sheet. No! No. Anyways. I love my Warrior of Light. I love my wool. That's my baby. That's, you know, it's the same as having a D&D character. That's my baby. Yeah. You have a lore sheet. Yeah, import her to D&D. Actually, my Warrior of Light is my original Dungeons and Dragons character. Yeah, my first ever D&D character I made, was, well, I guess, like, ended up becoming my Final Fantasy Warrior of Light. Because when I started playing Final Fantasy, I didn't really know, like, what to name my character, like, what to do. So I was like, this game kind of reminds me of D&D, so I'll just go with it. And so, yeah, I kind of just, like, applied my D&D character into Final Fantasy 14 and then made them their own thing. And then, yeah, I don't play that character in D&D anymore because, you know, they've become my Warrior of Light. So I just have a new character I play in D&D. Yeah, you play D&D? I very, very here and there. I really like it, but I just feel like I can't find people that I can get into it with. Yeah, why can't we see the sheet? Cause it's cringe. I don't know. If I did like a whole Warrior of Light deep dive, this is my D&D OC, do not steal. I think I would get laughed at by the internet for the rest of my life. Like, if I ever shared that information with someone that's like not like a good friend of mine, I would cry. Yeah. You know? It'll be your horse or no. We laugh now though. You guys suck. You guys suck. A deep dive into my wool lore. That's cringe. I don't know. I've done more embarrassing things. Shut up! I don't know. It's like, you know? Yeah, okay, if you guys make your own sheets, then we can have like a big stream where we just like talk about our lore. You can like submit your sheets, I guess. And then we'll have one, and I'll also show mine, and then we can all giggle over our Warrior of Light. Yeah. Forbidden wool knowledge. What's a fun fact I can tell you about my Warrior of Light? I don't know. What's a fun fact I can tell you about them? I don't have anything off the top of my mind. We'll figure it out. My character's just a hobo like a steady. That's crazy! What if I play a different MMO? That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, just in a different MMO, if you have a D&D character, yay, we'll do that. It'll be a community activity. They're a cat? Yeah, they're a cat. And they're a nerdy little cat. That's my Warrior of Light, a nerdy little cat. Yeah. It's very fitting for me, I think. A very tomboyish, nerdy little cat that is kind of mean and an asshole, but kind of mean. And sometimes a fish. I play as an Ara as well. Yeah. I kind of ended up making my Ara. I have an alt that I've been meaning to level up, and then I just stopped leveling it up because I was like, I could use this on stream. And then I just haven't touched it. And that's my Ara. So they're like separate. You know? They're like two different characters. Yeah. Catty, you may say. I have like a cat and I have a fish. And my cat is also a fish, but my fish is not a cat at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, my cat is a fish. My cat is a catfish. But my fish is not a cat. They are not a fish cat. And not a catfish either. But my cat could be a fish cat, depending on the situation. They both glove. Anyways, I canceled my 14 sub. I'm free. That's so good for you. That's so good for you. What do I have to say? My static fell apart and I'm so Homerous, but I'm not gonna cancel myself. Congrats on being free. I'm back to PFing. Wow, husband, I am Homerous again. I am so Homerous again. It's okay. I got so upset over it that I drew a bunch of diagrams for ultimates that I probably won't prog, and then I'm fine. What was the cause? E-daters. If you're rating, I'm not even holding back on this one. If I join a static, you need to be completely upfront whether or not there is a couple in that static. You need to be fucking honest about it. Because if I know there is a couple in that static, I do not want any part in it, right? I do not want to raid with a couple. Ever. And the fact that you're not upfront, like, hey, you know, this is my girlfriend. I'm sure your girlfriend is a lovely person. I don't want to be here. Don't fucking tell me, like, at the very end of things, oh yeah, that's my girlfriend. I'm gonna kill you! They broke up? No, they did not break up. It's a whole complicated story that I've told like a gajillion times, and I don't care to tell it on stream. But the TLDR is E-daters. Yeah. You see Omega? Yeah. Actually, oh my god, I showed this the other day. I was like giggling. I showed this because oh my gosh, where is this? I was so upset over like the static stuff over the past weekend. Sorry, I'm getting this for you guys. I was so upset over the static stuff over this past weekend when I was at ANYC. It's part of the reason I was like men-herring out, right? And I got so upset about it one night. I went and the thing is with my static is we were starting through in a couple of days, and I was so excited, and I've been trying to like get at least one ultimate clear on my own under my belt before starting through. And I was so excited about it, and I was like studying for, you know, through and stuff, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And then we fell apart, and I was like, damn. And I was so upset about it that I went and I progged top for literally no fucking reason. I have no business being in that fight. But I swear to God, I'm going to do it. I'm so pissed off about all of this. I'm going to fucking do it. And so because I got so pissed off, I spent all day drawing these little raid plan diagrams so that way I could reference them when I was progging the freak off protocol. Hey, why Omega got udders? Why does Omega have udders? Why is he undulating like that? Why is he undulating, bro? It looks clean. This is an uwu one at the bottom, but these are. Hold on, wait. Can I move over here? This is an uwu one, so it's like not important. But when I prog ultimates, I make these because I feel like it's easier for me to understand, right? I don't know where my T1s are, but yeah. So this is one that I have for top. I didn't make it out of phase 1. Is that front shot, back shot? No, I haven't drawn front shot, back shot guide in recent history. I don't know where it is. This is a program loop. Any Monster Hunter fans here, you're gonna have to get real good at this because this is gonna be your life in a couple days. The moment Omega drops in Monster Hunter, this is you. You're looping. We are looper. Gang, it's looper. Make a spreadsheet. See, the thing with the paste bins and spreadsheets and stuff is I don't get it. I look at them and I'm like, ugh. But when I draw it out like this, it makes sense to me. So this is program loop, right? And it makes so much sense, right? Like I look at this and I'm like, yes, this makes so much sense. This is so easy. Wait, hold on. Let me. Where's my MS Paint? Hold on. Wait. I can. Okay, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Paint. Open MS Paint. Yes. Okay. Cool. Okay. So. Hi. Okay. I'm Nia. Nice to meet you. So. Okay. The diagrams broken down. I will explain. Wait, why? Where is my chat? Where are you guys? I am so humorous. Where did you guys go? There you are. Hi. Okay. I put you here. And then, okay. So, I have to like sit up for this one. Okay. Hi. I'm sitting up. Okay. So, you have, this is the north. Oh. I have to go a bit down. This is the north. This is the south. This is the east. And this is the west. So whenever you do a raid in Final Fantasy, the raid is going to like be around the, you know, you're gonna hear things like, oh, stand on the cardinal, stand on intercardinal. So having, you know, the cardinals marked like this is pretty common Yeah, which one is true north? This one's true north. Or sorry, this is true north. There's also such a thing as like boss relative north, south, east, west, but that's kind of a thing for later. Okay, so Looper with Leah. Okay, so this is Looper with Leah. So I have this. This is a circle. This is Omega. Okay? Well, I should move him down a little bit. How do I do that? Can I not just like move this? Hello? Oh. Like maybe there. Not really important. Okay. I hope you're ready for Hello World. I only made it to Protokar, whatever it's fucking called, with the 7 line beams that go off with the tank buster, and then the puddles that you're dropping while he moves to one side that you're taking beams and you can't. This fight makes me wanna. I don't understand it, but I'm going to out of spite because I'm so upset about the static thing. But that's not important. So, okay. Then, oh my god, I forget what number goes where. But you have like, okay, so this is like 1. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, so this is like, if I'm wrong on these, don't come for me. I don't fucking know. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is wrong. I think this is wrong actually. It's like this. I'm pretty sure. 2, 3, 4. I don't fucking remember. Next stage power. Not there yet. Okay, something like this. Something like this. I don't fuck. Wait, yes, this is because this is D. D. C. E. Okay. Something like this. I don't know if this is exactly correct. Not important. I only worry about this part of the map ever, so it doesn't really affect me. Okay. So what the fuck am I looking at? Stop! I haven't even started explaining it yet. Okay? Do you fucking mind? So 1, 2, 3, 4 the intercardinals, A, B, C, D the cardinals, and then obviously each letter corresponds to a cardinal. So A is north, C is south, something like that. Whatever. Healer 1 gaming. Oh, I'm so Healer 1. Okay, so in the fight, Omega is facing this way, right? Omega. And then, so like the tank is gonna make Omega. You can face him north, but it's actually better if you face him like this on the intercardinal. Because if the party stacks, wait, this is 2. This is 2. I don't fucking know how the numbers go. Are you kidding me? I know this is 2. This isn't really too important, but this is 2. I know that for a fact. So I don't fucking know what this is. Not important. The party wants to stack on 2 because when you do a program loop, if you have him like this on the intercardinals, he is perfectly equidistant from each side of the arena, and the arena is circular, so that's a big deal. So if you have him on the intercardinals like this, the equidistance is better. Okay, so anyways, so now we get to an explanation of Snake. This is all before the fight even begins. You have to know this. So before the fight begins, you also have to know Snake Prile, okay? Snake Prile is like... Oh my god, wait, can I... Oh my god, I can... use clock directions. Okay, we do, but I haven't explained how yet. This is all before the fight starts, okay? So, snake prio. So, you know, you're gonna take certain mechanics in the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern like this. But at the same time that you're doing things in this 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, there's other things going off at the same time. So we use snake prio in order to make sure that everybody has a little bit of downtime before they do their own thing, right? So snake prio is 3, 4, 2, 1. I think. I have done snake before. I was explaining this to my friend the other day and she was like, Leah, you know snake prio, right? And I was like, oh no, like doing top was the first time I ever saw snake prio. And then I was like, wait a second, no, I have done P8S. What the fuck? I know what snake prio is. So then, okay, so 3, 4, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay, awesome. So glad you guys got that. So snake prio, like this. So now, you have to know if you're in group 1, group 1 stands on the left side of the arena. Group 2 stands on the right side of the arena. If you're in group 1, you are going to move counterclockwise. You have counterclockwise priority. Group 2 has clockwise priority. Okay? Okay, that snake be prio. Dude, I was so shit at snake. And I was even worse at high concept. But I love building tree. I love being able to build tree and then blow everyone up. It was so awesome. And I love tree. I miss tree. I miss La Habrea. Any La Habrea fuckers in chat? So true. Okay, so group 1, counterclockwise. Group 2, clockwise. So the way that this fight goes is he's gonna start. This is before the fight starts. You have to know. So now the fight starts. He casts program loop. Okay, so now this is a cast bar for program loop. It's increasing. When the cast finishes, you are going to be assigned a number. Everyone is going to get a number. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? Like that. You're gonna have a little dot that appears above your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 people will have the same number at any given time. So it should be people from group 1 and group 2 all have the same numbers. So like one person that's number 1 in group 1 and also one person that's 1 in group 2. But that's not always the case. So there's like a priority thing that you have to like adjust to. I don't know. I don't fucking do it because I'm a healer. So everyone else can like go to hell. I'm God's prettiest princess. So next what happens is Omega is going to have these tethers that come out from him. They're gonna be like this, okay? He's gonna have these 2 tethers. And then, somewhere along the arena, 2 towers are going to spawn. Like this. You have to resolve the tethers and these towers at the same time. So, for the tethers, we follow snake prio, the 4, 3, 2, 1. So first, the 3s are gonna go up, and they're gonna grab these tethers, and they're gonna make sure that they're facing on a cardinal away from these towers. Okay, the towers can spawn cardinals, intercardinals, doesn't matter. So following that prio, right, if you have a 1, you're gonna take a tower. Following that prio. So like group 1 would take this tower. Group 2 takes this tower. Now, if you're with, you know, these, you have to make sure that you are taking these away from the towers, but it has to be on a cardinal. So, you know, if you take this, they're gonna do like a big AoE like that. And then these towers are gonna go off. So you're gonna have like these 2 giant AoEs, something like this. And then these 2 towers. But where does everyone else go? Because you don't want to be in between these explosions because they're gonna overlap with each other. So the party just goes behind the towers until everything is done. And then you repeat this 4 times until it's resolved. And it looks like a visual clusterfuck and it makes you want to throw up and die because what the fuck is happening here? It's awesome. And that's the first mechanic of the fight. And then you get to do the one after that, which is stack and yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome. I love raiding. I love raiding so much. Welcome to top part 1. I queue up for top in Final Fantasy 14. I died a program loop. I closed Final Fantasy 14. I queue up to Final Mega and Monster Hunter. I died a program loop. I closed Monster Hunter. I opened Final Fantasy 14. I died a program loop. I died a program loop. I died a program loop. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. There's more? I don't know how many phases top is off the top of my head. Q into DSR, you died a strength of the word 30 times. I want to be! I want to have evil Star Diver, an evil high jump, an evil elusive jump. I wanna do that. Are you kidding me? I actually have things I want to do. Now that I'm not ecstatic anymore, haha! You know it's gonna take you 6 months to clear and prog that fight, right? Yeah, and what else am I gonna do in 6 months? Not have a static and PF something else? Go fuck yourself. I have all this free time. Oh my god, free time. Takumi mentioned. I am named Kyle. I have all this free time before the new Savage tier drops. Why the fuck would I just not go and try and do something worthwhile? You know? What? Literally, what else am I gonna do? I have an addiction problem with this game. And I have everything still left to do. I could become a big fisher, and I could wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to catch fish. I could also prog top at the same time. Do I have any business being in there having never cleared an ultimate? No. But I'm Leah. Maybe it could be the first one, and I could be like the coolest guy ever, and I could clear top as my first ultimate ever, and then everyone would be like, oh my god, it's ultimate guy Leah, and I'd be like, I don't know how to fucking raid Savage, but I could do program loop. So, actually, I have Cafeteria Force Exploration. My CC clears Crystalline Conflict. You know, I can do Program Loop real good. So, oh my gosh, that's so, oh gosh, what the Crystalline Conflict, what are you talking about? Sorry, I only play World of Warcraft. Program Loop on them, I miss Program Loop. I miss Omega's undulating breasts. I do. I tried to clear DSR, we fell apart 8 months. See, the thing is, maybe I just don't believe in statics anymore. You know? I think I just don't believe in statics, maybe. Maybe I think it's impossible for you to actually find 7 normal individuals other than yourself to actually do things. Like, I don't know. I think finding 7 people and getting them in the same room to do things together is maybe impossible. However, I do believe that Party Finder is not real, and people that are mean to you in Party Finder are just glorified NPCs, so it makes me feel better about going into PF and griefing a million times. What are they gonna do? Blacklist me? Okay, grow up! I play League of Legends! Shut the fuck up! You know? You know, I got freaking, I don't know if this guy blacklisted me, but I blacklisted him the other day. I was doing EX5, and this freaking dumbass, I'm sorry, I don't believe in being mean to people in Final Fantasy. This confused scholar stood dead center of the safe zone during Memento Mori. Or is it Mass Macabre? It's Mass Macabre. He stood dead center in the safe spot for Mass Macabre. The problem with that is everybody has these giant AoE explosions that are gonna go off at the same time. Okay, actually, I have the guide up! I have the guide up, I have the guide up. Okay. Okay, here. I'm explaining. I have a whiteboard. I can explain this to you. I'm not crazy. Okay, so this is Necron, right? This is Necron. And Necron spawns this giant line in the middle of the arena. Okay? He's gonna have a dark side, and then he's gonna have a light side. So party goes to the light side, tanks go to the dark side. Then there's gonna be these hands that show up in the center. You know, they're gonna have like this type of a thing. Something like this, I don't know. Right? So you just have to line up where it's safe. The problem with this is like everybody has these giant, like a massive fucking circle AoEs, right? That's making a penis. Okay, so everybody has these giant explosions that go off at the same time. So you have to line yourself up like kind of like this. So that way the explosions aren't touching each other and aren't overlapping too much. So you can like kind of position, but you only have like a tiny bit of room. If someone is standing dead center with this, like this, well, even if this guy is standing as far away as they possibly can be, because dumbass with the giant AoE is standing here, you know, it's like this, well, bro's gonna get fucking clipped. And, you know, here, bro's gonna get fucking clipped. So, the scholar, standing in the middle of the safe spot, I had nowhere to go. We blew up everyone. Then, prior to this, a mechanic before, our machinist got hit. The machinist was healed. You move on with your life, okay? The scholar, we died, and I was like, in chat, I was like, oh, you know, scholar, do you want party 1 or party, you know, group 1 or group 2? Because I can flex to either side, and if someone's gonna be like, hey, actually, I don't know the group 2 spots, can I take group 1? Sure, you can have group 1. It's an extreme. I don't fucking care, right? But if you want to trade, let me know, right? Just say something. Hey, white mage, can we trade groups? You know, you know, maybe totally fine. Totally okay. White mage, actually for this, I'm more comfortable with the group 1 spot. So for this net, yeah, absolutely. I will adjust to you. Bro never said anything like that. So I was like, I was like, do you want group 1 or group 2? And this guy is like, I would appreciate if you started healing more. And I was like, what? And they were like, machinist died. Also, just use your eyes. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, machinist died to damage that came after he got hit. Because he got hit by something that he wasn't supposed to. So, like, that's kind of on bro. You know, even as a healer, that's kind of on bro. Also, you can't just use eyes in a place that I can't fucking move at all. And then everyone else in the party was like the scholar, like, you know, are you fine? Like, can you calm down? And this guy was like just horrible, and he was malding over something, and he was like, well, if the white mage actually healed, like, you wanted me to heal the guy that was going to die no matter what, or what exactly? Like, what did you want me to do? Technically, actually, that would have been a scholar issue, because scholar is the one that can make shields. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a dumbass white mage that obviously doesn't know how to do anything. I've never done this fight before. It was my first time ever doing EX5. I'm sorry for malding over video games. I do nothing else. I have no life outside of malding over video games, and when I'm not malding over video games, I have to find a new video game to mald over. Anyways, I believe that Final Fantasy is a game that should promote happiness and the well-being of others, and I believe that everyone should be kind and spread kindness in this game. Except that scholar. Except that scholar. But you know. Hey, you know. A blacklist isn't enough. I need him sundered. Sunder yourself! Now! But yeah. Anyways, that was I guess the last internet horror story I could share with you. I got nothing else. Zdwadivig, thank you for the $5 double. If you only have to make one person you want to make pregnant, is that enough to take you from being Omega to a Beta? I'm the Alpha, thank you. Well, I'm not the Alpha yet. I am going to be the Alpha one day. And then when I'm the Alpha, eventually I'm gonna have a stream where I just start growling and barking the whole time. And then you guys can become my cute little Omegas, because I'll be the Alpha. Yeah, I'll become the Alpha. Rawr. You guys should play Final Fantasy 14 that has a free trial where you can experience A Realm Reborn, the award-winning expansion Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, free up until level 70. Join now and explore Eorzea today. Thank you. That's nice, dear. Okay, well, anyways, I am going to go ahead and wrap up stream here. I yapped for a way longer time than I meant to, and Daddy wants to go program loop. So true. Daddy actually has to go work. Anyways, I plan to stream tomorrow. Thursday, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream. Allegedly, Thursday is the day I can pick up my computer. No announcements? I guess a little bit of an announcement. I was gonna wait until the last day of the week to announce this, but I guess I'll just like say it now. Starting on the 29th, which is this Friday, I guess. You guys know I'm going to San Japan, and then I'm going to England for Vexpo. I also have some family stuff going on in private. So I am going to be taking a hiatus for a couple weeks. I don't know exactly how long at the moment. So I can basically, I'm taking a hiatus because I have so much work that needs to get done, and with all of this travel, I still have to stream, and streaming only leaves me so much time in the day to actually get this work done, because the rest of my day, you know, is family stuff and this and that. And I have been playing Final Fantasy, obviously, but I'm not home to play, you know? So, because of this, I'm gonna take next couple weeks off to travel and to work on my work backlog, so that way I can get shit done and be able to have a clear schedule so I can work on the stuff coming up. Because since like February, I guess, I haven't really, I guess this year, like been able to sit down and like work on things for streaming and like my own channel to the extent that I want to, because, and I'm not saying that I'm ungrateful for what I've done this year in any way, shape, or form. Absolutely not. That is the exact opposite of what I'm saying. I'm so grateful for these opportunities that, you know, I'm putting 110% into them, but because I'm putting 100%, 110% into these, it's leaving not much for stream and not much for my channel, right? Covers that were supposed to come out haven't come out because every time I'm like, okay, cool, my schedule is free. You know, we have anniversary stuff to record. We've got, you know, concerts to practice for. I have things that, you know, I can't really mention on stream, behind the scenes stuff that I have to do, anniversaries and celebrations and this and that, and then I'm traveling again and I'm attending rehearsals and I'm, you know, taking vocal lessons to get these recordings done. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna sit down this week and I'm gonna record the Canton Boogie cover. Well, I can't record the Canton Boogie cover because now I have 3 other things that I need to do. So the cover gets pushed down so that way I can do all these other things that need to immediately get done. And so I'm like, okay, well now I want to do these 2 things for my channel, and I can't do these because now I have, so, you know, it's kind of overwhelming, I think. And I'm not saying it in like a bad way, but at this point I really don't know what else to do because I don't have enough hours in the day to do everything. So I'm going to take a hiatus from work so I can do work, is essentially what's going on, right? So I am going to not be streaming in the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be working on things behind the scenes. And then hopefully by the time I come back, or maybe during the time that I'm not streaming, I'll have stuff to put out. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is there's a couple things that maybe can come out and I'm still gonna publish them while I'm technically on hiatus. So I'm not gonna be gone. I'm just not gonna be streaming. I know I have a couple things that like I have committed to, so I'm definitely going to be showing up in those still. And like concerts and meet and greets, I'm still gonna be there. I'm just going to be focusing the time that I would normally stream to get other stuff done. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I hope, like, no one takes this as, like, a bad thing, right? I just... Having a backlog like this has stressed me out, like, to no end. And I just feel, like, so burnt out and stressed about everything. So I just want to, like, take some time and get myself together and give you guys the stuff that you should have gotten, right? If you're supporting me, I feel like you should have had a lot more things this year than I actually provided. So I hope that at least the end part of the year we can end on a really good note. And so yeah, that is what I will be doing. So it's not a bad hiatus or anything, and it's definitely not like the end of the world. I need to hole myself up in a cave and become a monk for a couple of weeks, and then I think I'll be good. Yeah. So that's all that's going on. But I still plan to keep socials updated, and as I finish things or I get, you know, covers and stuff back, stuff will be posted on my channel. I have a song coming out this weekend, this Friday. So I'll post all the promotion for that as well. And yeah. So in Japan, I have a song coming out, this and that, and then Vexpo. I think Vexpo really exciting. And yeah, so there's a little bit of good stuff. Yeah. It's a good thing. So yeah. It's a grind set. It's a hermit grind set. So yeah. Yeah, and part of that is I want to get like a good creative flow for streams back again, just because I've been really lacking on that, and there are videos I wanted to record for the channel overall that I just haven't been able to. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, I don't know how many weeks it's going to be, but I will be updating you guys on things. You know, hey, I had a really good week and I got a lot of stuff done. Here's something, or like, I don't know, here's a picture of my cat, so stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. And then I'll get my PC back and everything will be fine. True. So yeah. Anyways, that's all that's going on. That was the announcement I had. Serious, but not like a bad thing. You know, whatever. So, yeah. I don't have anything else to say. Other than we'll stream. And yeah. It's not see you later yet. So, I'll stream tomorrow. And we'll have a great time!